Last time I checked, if you continue to rely on one person, if you continue to rely on one person, you're going to burn that person out. And if that person falls and there's nobody else, the whole team crumbles. Let's make it clear. So if this OVO King falls, what are y'all gonna do now? What are y'all gonna do? Who y'all gonna support? Because Tory, as far as I see it, he's not getting out unless it takes some sort of miracle. And even if it takes some sort of miracle, what's going to say he's not going to get thrown back in? Okay? You're going to rely on Justin Bieber when half his face never worked? Who are you going to rely on? You continue to put all your stock into one person. It's like y'all are terrible at gambling. Yo, right here. Right here in the small box.
I'm heating up. I'm trying to burn down Toronto. Better keep 6 feet space. This 6-side shit contagious. Money coming in. All I see is numbers. Like I'm in the Matrix. We've been in the trap.
I want to talk more towards why this is happening and why I'm not surprised. And it's not going to be like an obvious conversation because of like how he's been moving in the UK and everything like that, but it's just the build up to this moment. The build up to this moment is absolutely astounding, okay? Because the details are out there in the open. It's not hard to see or pay attention to any of these things, right? But look, you see a video in front of us. Y'all know what time it is. So let's go ahead and make it happen. Let's make it work. Let's go. Yo, you, right here in the small box, right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single Seater Reactions, only on the Flex My Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Hi. You see there's no chat? There's no chat? Yeah, that's right. I don't know. It feels kind of weird to be outside the chat. I ain't gonna lie to you, even though once upon a time, it was like the outside looking in kind of situation. But my point is that y'all getting raw energy from me today, all right? Raw energy. Now, Caravana was yesterday. And you know your boy is drained, okay? Let's make that clear right now. But we still here. We still active. We still live. Well, not live, but we still lit. You know what I'm talking about? I'll be foolish. I'll be silly. I can't help it. Let's go ahead and dive in with this video right here. Y'all know what time it is, so let's make it happen. This video is titled, Fans Are Done With Drake, Tissue Toss in Amsterdam. Look, y'all know what time it is. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my video. Let's get started. All right? Let's make it happen.
Hey, cousin, who you chilling with?
Girl,
Chilling with Moni.
you're damn right.
Hey cousins,
That don't look
welcome back to the crib. Audio Moni here. Please smash that like button on your way in. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button too to join the family because we get into the mess, the music, and the meaning behind it all. So let's talk about what just went down up in Amsterdam last night. So last night in Amsterdam, someone in the crowd tossed tissue towards Drake while he was on stage. Now, it didn't hit him, but it flew right past his head and landed behind him.
Damn.
Still, the message is very loud and clear, if you ask me. They didn't throw flowers.
Damn.
They didn't throw bras. Not even a phone to get him to record himself saying something cool. But they tossed tissue at his ass. And honestly, it might be the most accurate metaphor for where his career energy is at right now. Like, this wasn't some accidental toss. It wasn't an
Yeah, so if you haven't figured this out already, I'm going to be very serious on this one because I'm speaking less towards the joke and more towards how it came to this point. I feel like that would be the best route to take for this video specifically because we already know what kind of jokes we going to get. Don't worry, y'all going to tap in on the live. We're going to have some fun. On the live, we're going to have some fun for sure, but I need to speak towards why we are here, and the details are out there in the open. If you're not paying attention to the details, then that's on you, okay? But when people out here are trying to tell y'all, look, it's not looking good for the boy right now because of his movements, his antics, his actions, and his ego, it's not good. Not here to bash, okay? I don't have no time to bash. When you come to this channel, you're coming here for strictly entertainment purposes. I feel like I got to put that in the description because I don't want to necessarily make like a a following, or like the closed caption kind of video, or what, you know what I'm saying? Like in Canada, you know, when like before you have the show, I know it's everywhere else in the world, but before the show plays, they're like a viewer discretion is advised kind of situation. I don't necessarily want to do that like what Joe Budden does with his podcast. My point is that this is a wonderful opportunity to speak towards like just why this is happening, and it's literally what I listed are the right answers, like how you're moving, how you're like you're not taking it seriously still. The one thing, it might be a joke, but it's actually very serious. But the one thing I'm always talking about is like, yo, you claim to be this, move as such. That's it. That's the one thing I don't get. And then in like literally the fans are blinded. Like you have blindfolds on. You're a puppet. You're sheep. Like, come on. It's not hard to literally look at it. It doesn't take a strong brain to look at it and say something's not right here. You know, like something's wrong with this. And I'm not gonna sit on the sidelines and then just look to the right. Like, no, it's right there in front of me. How am I gonna sit there and ignore that? That's weird. That's weird. My guy, see, like, and the crazy thing is, how do you rebrand this? Because it's as if you're using the things that piss people off, or the things that annoy people, or the things that are people trying to like tell you to do. Like, yo, it's almost like it's on some diva type ish. But in today's society, the word diva is, I don't even know I don't even think it's a diva, to be honest, because divas at least care about their image. It's like anything that he can do is for the image, regardless if it's good or bad. That's a new kind of diva. It's weird. I could never sit there and accept that, knowing that I'm the #1 artist in the world. I would be livid. I would be mad. How can I sit there and say, oh, it's not even that serious? Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Just think about it for a second. Think about the events that came to this day from the beginning of the beef. Okay? Just think about all the events that has happened. It's iffy. It's weird. It's convoluted. The things we've learned. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's the narcissistic attitudes that it's like, why? This doesn't help. Like, you're losing your longtime fans, especially on YouTube, because on YouTube, the whole hip hop community, we're going to talk. We are going to talk. It's astounding how this one artist that claims this position and ascended to the position, ascended to that position, regardless of how he got there, would move like this. I'm not even looking at this right now. I'm literally focusing on the timeline for this individual, because you have this whole discography filled with songs, hit songs, regardless if they're marketed or not. All these tracks that's been playing all over the years. When I work security, all I hear is this guy's music all over the city. People know about this man, regardless if they like him or not. My question is, with all of these things stacked together, and on top of the awards, the accolades, the money made and everything, with all these things stacked together, why is it a good idea to move like that? Because now look at where we are today. And what happened in Amsterdam? People throw toilet paper on stage. People would do that for like a K Michelle or something like that when they're performing live. You know what I'm saying? Not even Waka Flocka can catch that. And I just seen the man perform at SeaWorld. Look at Fat Joe at SeaWorld. Look Bow Wow, Soulja Boy. They're all performing at SeaWorld, and people at SeaWorld are loving it. But you're on the main stage in an arena, and people throwing toilet paper at you. Brother, there is a problem. There's a problem. You shouldn't have rushed the tour. And it's not even like on a disrespectful tip. It's just like, yo, my guy, in the past couple videos that I made, the key to being number one is to move militantly. Like you'd have to be full, like not even a general, admiral, just like you are not even commander. You literally have all eyes all over the game board. And you know what happens here and when and how to combat in this. It's almost like in Fast and Furious when you have God's eye. You know what I'm saying? You got God's eye on the whole field, on the whole industry right now. You damn near can pick and choose because you clearly have power, okay? You can pick and choose and do what you want, but this is what you want to do with your power? That is not ideal. That's not realistic. That's foolish. That's foolish. Foolish mistake after foolish mistake after foolish mistake, and other artists have to run down this pathway. The video that I posted, Ray Daniels and Hitmaker, Young Berg, whatever you want to call him, clearly we're going to call him Hitmaker. My point is, the conversation in that is like, yo, when you are the leader and you have all these people following your image, your music, your character, your essence, your energy, when people follow that, you have all these people rising under your like tutelage in a sense. But the problem with today's industry and today's world is that they're your mini-me's. Like you clearly have Wayne status because the same thing for Wayne. People followed that. So all these dreadhead niggas out here that follow Wayne, or people that just follow Wayne for the sake of following Wayne to better their character and their career, you're a mini-me. But watch this now. When you cut the head at the person at the top, when you chop their head off, and they don't know what to do with themselves, running around like a chicken, literally just panicking, everybody that's been following is going to follow suit. And the world we are in today, where everybody's afraid to drop because they don't know the temperature outside, is the results of this, of people following this. How is this great? I can't see this as a great. And it's not on a bashful thing. It's on more of a yo. I clearly see what's going on in front of me. And I truly, truly, truly would want him to do better, because the city of Toronto struggles with our artists. Why is it that nobody knows? Nobody in our own city knows the artists and the potentials that they have. But they have to run away to come back to make it work. And then the city bleeds because whoever's dropping music is dropping subpar music that refuses to chart. But yet they're still trying to promote this lifestyle, promote this, promote that. No. When I speak life. I speak energy. I speak real. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I don't do that. I'm going to sit here and speak the facts. We need help. And the reality behind that is that this individual that's getting toilet paper thrown at him on stage is the person that's supposed to help us. And now if you cannot see the problem within that, then God damn it, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you at that point. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to sit here and lie to myself? Am I stupid? I'm not stupid. My brain works. Welcome to the Flexing My Network. Sorry, we go turn up sometimes. This aggravates me because this is the person that's supposed to be helping individuals here, putting people on game, showing people the ropes, explaining and educating them about the industry, how to move, how to win, how to network, how to just create, how to recreate, how to just anything and everything, kicking knowledge, game. Like, this is the things. These are what other older artists do. When I look at a Jadakiss, when I look at a Busta Rhymes, when I look at like who else do I want to name? Who else do I want to E40? When I look at the greats, they share. They share. Because in today's world, being an artist is not enough. All those greats have a business. They can retire their music career and focus on their business. And make music on the side. Drake can do that. If he wants to drop an album, that's cool. But my guy, the music you're dropping is subpar. Nobody likes which one. The only reason why people like which one is strictly for clout. And that's another lane. Because I want to see if I can kind of put together like an artist development kind of thing, kind of help Toronto artists in a sense. But clout music is a lane for a lot of artists to pick up on. But it's hard to define. It's easy to do, but hard to define. I think clout music is a good word. My point is, it's getting to a point now where the ridiculousness is on full display, but you refuse to change. That's a problem. When you have a problem, especially in math, what's the one question, especially when you're dealing with formulas, when you're dealing with algebra, what's the one thing that you're always supposed to solve for? How do you solve for X? That's the question. We present the problem. How do we rectify said problem so we can bring back real energy into the city? That is my question. Let's keep going. This video was supposed to be short.
Excited fan moment. No, this was very calculated. Like the crowd collectively said, here, you've been crying so much on stage and online lately. Go ahead and dry these tears, big dog, because we've had enough. And let's be real, this is Amsterdam. Amsterdam is known for being cool, calm, and collected. They known for their weed. They known for being chill, not throwing stuff. So when they reach for the Kleenex and aiming towards the stage, that's not boredom, that's protest. They are tired of your ass, Drake. And this is coming off the heels of Drake canceling shows and crying about Kendrick and getting cooked on social media left and right while spiraling in real time. Like this tour.
I don't need a cook. Okay? You need a prep. Let me explain. I say prep because I feel like a big storm is going to come in Toronto. We have a plethora of artists out here that are making the movements, that are putting in the work, that are sacrificing the time, doing anything and everything they can to be great in terms of artistry within the industry. The issue is that we don't know their names and we've never heard their music. What does that mean? The marketing is not there. Now, a lot of the people that we have around here are indie artists. Let's make it clear right now, a plethora of independent artists. Loads of opportunity here in this city. We already know majority of these industries, majority of these labels have some sort of artist camp where the artists would go and they would learn and educate themselves to amplify their artistry, to amplify their character, their performance, their stage presence, vocal control, like breath control. You pick up these traits and skills once you get signed. The reason why I say there's a storm potentially coming is because if this man falls, and I said if he falls, I feel like so many record labels out here are going to start to pick off artists. Because I know we got the talent out here. I know we have the power out here. I know we have the unity out here. I know we have the energy out here. I know we have all of that and more. All it's going to take is for labels to throw them some sort of deal that's going to entice them and say, you know what? Somebody pass me a pen. Let me sign this paper. If he falls, if his career is somehow comes to a halt, miraculously, however, it's gonna be like, it's gonna look like the rumbling, to be honest. A bunch of people coming here trying to pick and choose who they want, trying to get people to sign contracts, get them to come here, come to this state, come to that state, come overseas, wherever. Like, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Isn't giving what it's supposed to. The performances are not giving. Like, this is giving unpaid group therapy with all that crying he's been doing. Drake, you go from certified lover boy to certified liability. It just is what it is. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Mans is out here turning heartbreak anthems into emotional breakdowns in real times, and people did not pay for that. They paid for the hits. They paid to hear you perform the hits, but instead got hit with preaching and trauma bonding. Get out of here. The tissue toss, whether it grazed him or not, flew by him or not, but that might be the most polite way to say shut the fuck up. I don't know. It's hilarious though. And meanwhile,
as somebody from Canada, this concerns me. It concerns me because if this is how the world sees our number one, number two is going to have to put in so much more work. And number three has to put in far more work. My point is, it's going to make things harder for artists here. It's not going to be easy. It's going to get way worse. The individuals that we have here that are already talented, that already know what to do, already know what kind of music, already have a vault, already is established, well known around the city, is going to get harder. It's not going to get easier. The one joke that I made a while back, months ago, when it comes to when I heard Trump first talk about tariffs, I won't be surprised if producers outside of Canada start putting tariffs on the beats, start charging a premium for no reason. Premium description. Oh, yeah, I made it, and it's better than what y'all got. So yeah, I pay extra. Imagine you go and buy a beat, pay how much? $400. Next thing you know, there's an extra $600 premium you'll have to pay. For what? Why? Because said so, I don't know. Bro, my point is like, with what I explained earlier, it's already tough. It's so tough because the thing about Toronto, the thing about Canada is that we don't know the kind of artists we have here. We only know about the individuals that are causing trouble and causing drama, and we already know their names. One of them has a number 5 in his name. We know all about them, but we don't know anything about our artists. Why? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up. But yet here we are today. And I'm still finding out about talent around here that I should have known from years ago. It's going to make things more difficult, and nobody can change my mind.
in Rome, Italy, Kendrick is performing in front of crowds that are so locked in and being respectful of the art. They lighten up.
The reason why I'm so serious, so called bashful, so critical about Aubrey is because look at your opponent. Look at what your opponent is doing and look at yourself. That pisses me off. It pisses me off wholeheartedly because that's supposed to be you and you can't do it. You clowned this individual for years. You were bullying this individual for years. And don't none of them Drake fans come here and tell me otherwise. You tried that for years. For years. And for some reason, when it was time for you to bully him the worst, you couldn't do it. Your opponent danced circles around you in this beef. That's embarrassing. You embarrassed us. You made us look stupid. Made us look dumb. Nah, let me be serious. Because you know when you come here, I'm going to be critical. I don't care. You are a representation throughout the beef. When the first song dropped, I said, fight back. They're sending nuclear missiles at you. Fight back. And you talked about a man's shoe size. The hardest bar in push-ups wasn't even for your opponent. You thought using AI was innovative. That didn't do nothing. It made it worse. And when you finally dropped something decent, you said a whole bunch of cap. You went straight for the drama route. Meanwhile, your opponent is rhyming in ways that were not even possible. The man said, beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Can you not do something like that? You represent us. Do something. Now, granted, what did I miss is good. I don't like the content. The beat is good. The beat switch was not necessary because that song could have been an anthem. That song could have been an anthem for us, and you fumbled it. I've heard nobody speak about that anywhere in this city, how that song could have been an anthem. How do I know these things? Because I'm familiar with the music. I'm familiar with sound. I'm familiar with when you have friggin' the instruments that you used within the song, regardless of if it's a sample or not. When you use those instruments, when you hear those trumpets, those wind instruments or brass instruments. My point is, when you hear those instruments on a track, y'all know it's going to put some fire in your chest. A song like that's going to put fire in your chest. No ifs, ands, or buts. Music like that puts fire in your chest and lets you know, yeah, we know what time it is. And then you had it and you threw it away. Make it make sense. The beat switch was never necessary. That could have been a hard comeback track. Pause in any kind of way. That track would have been a very good comeback track if you switched up the subject matter in the song. Because I don't care about the same things you've been talking about for years. 15 years of Drake and it's still the same thing over and 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 over. When does it stop? When do you grow? When do you pick up a dictionary? When do you go on to dictionary.com? When do you go on to thesaurus.com? When do you study? When do you analyze? When do you create? When do you write? When do you brainstorm? When do you do anything that's related to you making music? When do you do that? Because as far as I see it, I don't see it. I don't get it.
Flares. Yes, flares. I ain't never seen nothing like that at a concert before. Like, you would have freaking thought, let me turn that volume down, but you would have thought Blood just won the Olympics or something. You would have thought this was like Game 7 of the NBA Finals. At this point, these concerts, they're not just concerts. It's looking like a damn revolution. So while Drake is dodging tissue in the Netherlands, Kendrick is in Italy getting lit up with fire and pure reverence. Two different energies, two different realities, bro.
Like I said, that's supposed to be you. But instead of people lighting flares, they're throwing toilet paper at you. There is zero excuse. Zero excuse. Zero excuses. When you come to this channel and you hear me speak about this man, I'm being critical for a reason. I see through the nonsense. I see through the BS. Wake up. It's looking scary outside. What's wrong with people? That's what I don't get.
This is what happens when one artist stands for legacy, substance, and generational excellence, and the other one is known for subtweeting and canceling shows. Like, it's given the fall off, but without J. Cole. One is literally getting flares, and the other one is getting paper products. That's the cultural gap, and it's growing. So, cousins, if you made it to the end of this video, shout out to you. Do me a favor and drop a tissue emoji in the comments if you think Amsterdam was trying to send a message to Drake. And drop a fire emoji if Kendrick deserved every flare he received up in Rome. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as we're on our way to 30K cousins. And y'all be safe, and I will catch y'all in my next one. Later.
Hey, cousin.
What I don't understand is, how did it get this bad? How did it get to the point where we are ignoring, and I'm speaking from a Canadian standpoint, a Drake fan standpoint, I don't know. I'm speaking more from a Canadian standpoint as a representative from Canada, as a representative from Toronto. How did it get this bad? How did it get to the point where we're just literally ignoring the truth? How did it get to the point where we are just refusing to admit and take accountability for the truth that is presented to us? How do we not take the time to evolve? We're devolving. How did we get to this point? What happened? How is it that we only have one artist with a couple of his other friends from here, Drake, Tory, Justin Bieber, Nav, Jesse Reyes, The Weeknd? And I said friends metaphorically. I'm kidding. My point is, how did it become one person and it never became this group of people? Yes, I know Tory's in jail. But my question still stands. Why don't we equally push each other? Why is it that it's only one? Last time I checked, if you continue to rely on one person, if you continue to rely on one person, you're going to burn that person out. And if that person falls and there's nobody else, the whole team crumbles. Let's make it clear. All right, because when it comes to the Drake, the OVO and EXO beef, clearly Toronto don't want to claim, like majority of Toronto don't want to claim EXO, and EXO is The Weeknd. Majority of Toronto don't want to claim EXO. So if this OVO king falls, what are y'all gonna do now? Well, what are y'all gonna do? Who y'all gonna support? Because Tory, as far as I see it, he's not getting out unless it takes some sort of miracle. And even if it takes some sort of miracle, what's going to say he's not going to get thrown back in? Okay? You're going to rely on Justin Bieber when half his face never worked? Who are you going to rely on? You continue to put all your stock into one person. It's like y'all are terrible at gambling. Y'all going to put all your chips on one thing on the table and not try to spread out and branch out and try to do something and try to win something. Try to make things work over here. Try to make things work over here. Y'all want to only focus on one. If y'all continue to focus on one, you're not going to have anything. So what are you going to do then? Huh? That's my question. What are you going to do then in that moment? Since y'all know the answers. This is ridiculous, man. How we have all this talent and nobody knows who the hell they are. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
I don't live in present tense, so just over a Daytona. Girl, my life been like a kid drama. Walking to.
Bye, have a beautiful time.